Alrighty, John. It has been a pleasure speaking to you thus far, getting to know you a little bit further. We went over the job as well, the description and what you'll be looking forward to in this role. However, I would love to know further about your professional experience. So if you don't mind telling me a little bit about that.
Yeah, of course. Right now, I am the branch manager at Insight Credit Union, where, of course, we are a tight knit family, and I do oversee around 12 agents. And I really like that because I'm able to be personable with them and I'm able to really focus on each individual to help them pursue their goals. And I really appreciate that. Um, I've been with the company for a few months now, and I really enjoy the company, but I'm definitely looking for growth. The company I was with before, I was with Maximus. I was a supervisor there as well. That was an at-home job, but it was a government contracted job. And I also had a small team that I oversee. It was a 20 people. The company I worked before that, I was the director of operations at KCP Business Solutions, where I oversee a large organization of 75 people, 12 departments. So that was a big company. The position I held before that, I was working at KC Productions as a sales manager. And then the company I worked before that, I worked at Healthy Homes as a field manager.
Okay, that sounds perfect. So, of course, in your resume, you have extensive experience as a leader. What does a leader mean to you?
A leader means to me is actually finding the why in everyone and actually being patient because sometimes being patient could go a long way, especially once you want someone to excel and achieve. We all, as people, we want instant results, but sometimes taking that extra step and taking that patience with someone can help someone overcome some of the struggles that they're going through. So, for for me as a leader, my success is seeing someone else succeed and seeing where they start to where they end, and knowing that I had a hand in helping that person get to where they need to be.
Absolutely. And that was beautifully said. I think that's the best part about being a leader is seeing that
Yes.
development within your team. How would you say that your team or your previous team describes your approach as a leader?
I would say they would think I'm very hands-on. Like sometimes I'm the person to lead the charge. I will never ask someone to do something that I'm not willing to do. One thing my team will always tell you that, the saying that I like to use is called the trenches, being down and dirty and getting down with them because I cannot expect something out of somebody if I'm not willing to do it. So I'm always the person to want to lead by example. I'm going to sit here and show you, okay, this is how it can be done. And here's your chance to go ahead and try it as well. But then, of course, I'm correcting on the way, every step of the way. I'm a person that loves to have one-on-ones, be hands-on, speak with my team, speak life into my team. So I'm a very hands-on leader.
That's really good. I think being hands-on with your team is the best approach. It allows them to see you. You're right. You are
Of
the
course.
mentor to them. So you're acting as the example. So that's a really good approach. Can you describe a time where you had to handle an escalation? And tell me what steps did you take to resolve that escalation or to
Well,
resolve that?
okay, I had a member come into our bank and they were very frustrated because the last teller incorrectly deposited some money into a different account and that person had an auto loan to pay. So of course, when they went to make the auto loan, thinking that they were going to be fine, the money wasn't there. So, of course that they got hit with a late fee. So the member comes in very frustrated. I pull the member into my office and I let the member vent. And as they were venting about the situation, I took the time to, reach out to the teller and just, let the teller know where they went wrong. But before I did that, I gone ahead and went over and beyond for the member by first, of course, waiving the late fee, making sure that they don't had only one account, that this account's going to always pull for your auto loan. So I set something up where there was like we call it a pre-authorization where it's something where it's set up where you can pull the money from a certain account each month around a certain time. So she didn't know we had that capability, but I was able to set that up for her. She was very excited. She didn't have any more late fees, and she definitely came in a few months later just to thank me because she don't have to worry about that anymore. I was able to go over and beyond, get her fees waived, set something up so she don't have to worry about always coming into the bank and putting money into this account so she can pay her auto loan. No, I set something up so where it comes out automatically. So it made it more seamless and very easy for her.
That's a beautiful example. You made it you made a situation that was difficult upon her and you were able to resolve
Correct.
that promptly at that. So that's well said. And John, tell me, can you name an example of how you've led a multidisciplinary team, included perhaps service engineers, and support staff, and how were you able to achieve operational success?
One thing I realized when having a message is to have one message and being personable when you're leading and giving that message out. Um, when you are a head of a staff, you have to make sure that everyone first follows what you're saying and actually believe what you're saying. So coming to your team and being personable, that goes a long way.
Absolutely. And John, tell me, what makes you stand out to other candidates? What skills do you carry?
I feel like I'm a leader that leads by example. And because I lead by example, people want to follow. So I definitely feel like I can command a room and have people follow and listen because I won't steer you wrong. I'll have your back and I will make sure that you have all the tools and pieces that you need to succeed.
Absolutely. And John, tell me, what do you like to do for fun outside of work?
Oh, I'm a big reader and I love to spend time with my daughters. I'm a girl's dad, so I have three daughters
Oh,
that, motivate me every day to be great. And I also want to make sure that I'm doing the best and put my best foot forward for them. That's why wherever I go and I step into a company, I know I have to put my best foot forward because at the end of the day, I have three little girls to make sure I take care of. So I can't mess
absolutely.
that up.
Yeah, well, yeah, they're your babies. You have to be the provider for them and fight for your life nonetheless. So I completely
Of
agree with
course.
you on that. John, what systems have you used in the past?
Um, the many systems, I mean, from DNA to Genesis, to SWBC, to AutoPay. There's a variety of different systems I've used, from Microsoft, Office, to Microsoft 360, Microsoft Excel. I think I've worked with all the Microsoft Office tools.
That sounds perfect. And I can only imagine being, you've done directive operations before, you've done managerial roles, supervisor roles as well. I can only imagine that you were super, super busy throughout the day. How did you keep yourself organized?
I'm a person that's very organized. I like to prioritize things. I like to make a list. I like to write things down. So I always make sure whatever I have to do first, I make sure that's the top of my list and I get that done and I check it off as I go. And sometimes I'll even set an alarm because I also like to have great time management. I like to allocate a certain amount of time to certain tasks to make sure everything is getting done throughout the day and completed.
Absolutely. And John, when are you looking to start a new role?
I'm looking to start immediately.
And when
Looking
are you
to
able to interview if our client chooses to proceed with that?
I'm available anytime in the mornings, Monday through Friday.
Okay, that sounds perfect. Now, John, I am going to go ahead and stop this recording. You and I will continue discussing outside once I stop this chat or this interview, and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
I appreciate your time.